Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Foliage. I'm so sorry that it has been a very long time that I haven't posted much videos because I have been a little bit busy with work, but nevertheless I will try to post as many as possible. So coming back to this video, this was the crouton that I had put in the water. This was a cutting. Remember, we had made a video wherein you cannot do a leaf propagation. Even though there will be roots on the leaf of a crouton, nothing else is going to happen. It's just going to stay like that, and eventually that leaf will die. So in order to have a proper propagation of your crouton, you need to have a good amount of stem. So I had done a cutting. A couple of leaves happened to fall off, but this is the first time ever I was able to get a good set of roots on my stem cutting. Earlier I have put them into the soil, but they were never successful, probably because of my environment, because my environment is very dry. I had even put a plastic over the pot of the cutting, but still it never did quite well. So this is the first time that I tried water propagation, and I'm very happy that it has been successful. So now that we have roots, it's time to put them into the soil. Now the soil mix over here I have is the basic soil mix which I tend to use, which is a mix of coco peat, garden soil, sand. No perlite this time because croutons don't need perlite. So we don't need perlite because the soil is already very loose, porous and well draining. Loose, porous, well draining is the key for the soil mix. So if your soil mix is loose, porous, then it's absolutely okay because the sand itself is going to make the soil mix loose. So now we will take the cutting and just gently put it into the soil like that. And we are going to keep it in indirect bright light. We cannot expose it to direct sunlight, otherwise the plant will get damaged because it's just putting out the new roots. It's not completely established yet. Once it's completely established, then we can slowly start introducing it to mild morning sunlight. But as of now, it is going to be kept in indirect but bright light, or you can even keep it in shade. The plant will start to do quite well. Now when can we move it to a little bit of direct morning sunlight, the mild sunlight? Once we start noticing a good amount of leaves, probably another 4 or 5 leaves will start to grow on it, then we can start introducing it to mild morning sunlight. Now another important thing, because we have taken the crouton out from water and we have put it into the soil, always ensure that the soil is slightly moist. The soil should not be completely bone dry because those roots are not yet completely adjusted to a dry environment. They have always been in water. So even though my coco peat is slightly moist, I will still go ahead and add in a little bit of water, a little bit of moisture, and I think this is more than enough. The soil is completely moist. It's going to be kept in indirect bright light or in a shaded place, probably a little bit of shaded place, so that the roots can develop. We cannot keep croutons in a very dark place, or we cannot keep it completely or permanently in a shaded area. We have to offer them a good amount of light. They prefer a good amount of light. So maybe for 2 or 3 days I will keep it in shade, and then I will move it into indirect but bright light, so that the plant can develop the roots even more. Probably in 3 to 4 weeks the roots will start to grow. They will be a little bit more bigger, and in case if I start noticing new leaves coming up, then I will offer early morning very mild sunlight until 9 or 10 a.m. So guys, that's all about it. You can see it is very easy to propagate your crotons. If you can get cuttings from your friends or from your neighbors, you can definitely do this process. I think the water propagation works out really well for people who are from a very dry environment. I belong to a very dry environment, so I think henceforth I will only be doing water propagation for crotons. But if you are from a very humid environment, or if you live in a coastal area, then I think it won't be much of an issue putting the cuttings directly into the soil. Whichever method tends to work out. Either you can go with water propagation, or you can put it into the soil. If you're putting it into the soil, ensure you're putting a plastic cover over it, and see which works out really well for you. It's all about experimenting. Gardening is all about trial and error. Initially I lost a lot of crouton cuttings, but now that I know that it works out really well in my environment in water, so I'm going to do water propagation henceforth. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.